Today is a day to celebrate fallen soldiers. Let's take the time to celebrate heroes, both living and dead, who fought and continue to fight for America's rights. In this video, we take a journey through American history, not just to recount dates and events, but to honor the courageous individuals who dared to challenge the status quo and fight for a more just and equitable society. These are the champions of rights, the architects of progress, whose legacies continue to shape our nation. From the struggle to abolish slavery to the ongoing fight for racial justice, from the early battles for women's suffrage to the modern feminist movement, from the Stonewall Uprising to the hard-won victories for LGBTQ plus equality, and from the fight for Native American sovereignty to the pursuit of justice for all marginalized communities, their stories are a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and the unwavering pursuit of a more perfect union. We will explore the lives, contributions, and enduring impact of these remarkable individuals, acknowledging the sacrifices they made and the progress they achieved, while also recognizing that the journey toward true equality is far from over. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 1929 to 1968, a name etched in the annals of American history as the foremost leader of the civil rights movement. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, he rose to prominence as a powerful orator and advocate for non-violent resistance, drawing inspiration from the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. His philosophy of non-violence, even in the face of brutal oppression, galvanized a movement and captured the conscience of a nation. King's leadership was instrumental in the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965, landmark legislation that dismantled segregation and secured fundamental rights for African Americans. His eloquent speeches, like the iconic "I Have a Dream," and his profound writings, including Letter from Birmingham Jail, remain powerful testaments to his vision of a beloved community, where all are judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. King's legacy extends beyond the United States, inspiring global movements for social justice and peace. Malcolm X, 1925 to 1965, born Malcolm Little in Omaha, Nebraska, was a minister, human rights activist, and one of the most compelling and complex figures in the struggle for black liberation. Initially a prominent voice in the Nation of Islam, he advocated for black empowerment, self-determination, and at times separation. His powerful rhetoric challenged America to confront its legacy of racial injustice and demanded an end to systemic oppression. Following his pilgrimage to Mecca, his views broadened, and he began to emphasize universal brotherhood and Pan-Africanism. His journey of transformation, his unwavering intellectual force, and his commitment to social change continue to spark important conversations about race, identity, and the pursuit of equality. Rosa Parks, 1913 to 2005, often referred to as the mother of the civil rights movement, was a seamstress and NAACP activist whose quiet courage ignited a movement and changed the course of American history. In 1955, her refusal to give up her seat on a bus to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama, sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in the fight against segregation. This year-long protest, organized through the tireless efforts of community leaders, demonstrated the power of collective action and ultimately led to the desegregation of the Montgomery bus system. Parks's act of defiance became an international symbol of resistance to racial injustice and inspired generations to stand up for what is right. Susan B. Anthony, who lived from 1820 to 1906, was a tireless champion for women's rights and one of the most prominent leaders of the women's suffrage movement. Born in Adams, Massachusetts, she dedicated her life to securing women's right to vote, traveling the country, giving speeches, organizing campaigns, and lobbying legislators. She co-founded the National Woman Suffrage Association with Elizabeth Cady Stanton and worked tirelessly for decades, facing opposition and ridicule, but never wavering in her commitment. Although she did not live to see the passage of the 19th Amendment, her unwavering dedication and activism paved the way for its ratification in 1920, granting women the right to vote and transforming the political landscape of America. Her legacy stands as a testament to the power of persistent advocacy and the long and arduous struggle for women's equality. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, born in 1815 and passing in 1902, was a leading figure in the early women's rights movement in the United States. Born in Johnstown, New York, she was an abolitionist and social activist who played a key role in organizing the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848, the first women's rights convention. At this groundbreaking event, she co-authored the Declaration of Sentiments, a powerful document that outlined the grievances of women and boldly demanded equal rights, including the right to vote. Stanton worked closely with Susan B. Anthony for decades, collaborating on writings, speeches and campaigns, challenging traditional gender roles and advocating for a broad range of reforms. Her intellectual contributions, her radical ideas and her unwavering activism helped to lay the foundation for the modern women's rights movement. John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, born in 1917 and tragically assassinated in 1963, was a significant figure in American history who navigated the nation through a time of great challenge and change. Born in Brookline, Massachusetts, Kennedy's presidency was marked by the complexities of the Cold War, most notably the Cuban Missile Crisis, which he addressed with a combination of firmness and diplomacy. He also established the Peace Corps, a program that sent American volunteers to developing nations and committed the nation to the ambitious goal of landing a man on the moon by the end of the decade. While in office, Kennedy advocated for landmark civil rights legislation, though its passage came after his untimely death. His inspiring rhetoric and his call to public service, famously urging Americans to ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, continue to resonate. Kennedy's presidency, though tragically brief, is remembered for its sense of optimism and its promise of progress. Harvey Milk, born in 1930, was a pioneering politician and gay rights activist who became a symbol of hope and empowerment for the LGBTQ+ community. Moving to San Francisco and becoming a prominent figure in the city's Castro district, Milk ran for office several times before being elected to the San Francisco Board of Supervisors in 1977. This made him one of the first openly gay elected officials in California. He advocated for LGBTQ+ rights, affordable housing, neighborhood empowerment and the rights of all marginalized communities. His election was a historic moment, demonstrating the growing political power of the gay community and inspiring countless individuals to come out and fight for equality. Tragically, Milk and Mayor George Moscone were assassinated by a former supervisor, but his life and legacy continue to inspire LGBTQ+ activists and serve as a reminder of the importance of representation and the ongoing struggle for equality. Eleanor Roosevelt, born in 1884, was a First Lady, diplomat and activist renowned for her extraordinary humanitarian work and her unwavering commitment to social justice. As First Lady to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, she redefined the role, transforming it into a platform for advocacy and becoming a powerful voice for human rights, civil rights, women's rights, and the poor. After her husband's death, she continued her activism, serving as chair of the United Nations Human Rights Commission and playing a crucial role in drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a landmark document that articulates the fundamental rights and freedoms of all people. Roosevelt was a tireless champion for the marginalized and the oppressed, both at home and abroad. Her activism, her writings, and her unwavering compassion made her one of the most admired and influential women of the 20th century. Her legacy reminds us of the importance of empathy, advocacy, and global citizenship. John Lewis, born in 1940, was a courageous leader in the civil rights movement and a long-time congressman who dedicated his life to the pursuit of justice and equality. As a student, he became involved in the movement, participating in the Freedom Rides, the Selma to Montgomery marches, and other non-violent protests. He was one of the Big Six leaders who organized the March on Washington in 1963. Despite facing violence and arrest, Lewis remained steadfast in his commitment to non-violence and his belief in the power of peaceful protest to bring about change. His decades of service in Congress were marked by his unwavering advocacy for civil rights, voting rights, and social justice. Lewis's life story is a testament to the enduring power of courage, conscience, and commitment to justice. Cesar Chavez, who lived from 1927 to 1993, was a labor leader and civil rights activist who dedicated his life to fighting for the rights of farm workers. He co-founded the National Farm Workers Association, which later became the United Farm Workers. Chavez organized boycotts, strikes and protests to demand fair wages, better working conditions and recognition for the often exploited and marginalized farm workers in California and across the United States. His leadership and commitment to non-violent tactics brought national attention to the plight of farm workers and led to significant improvements in their lives. His legacy is one of social justice, workers' rights, and the power of collective action. In addition to these prominent figures, it is crucial to remember the countless others who contributed to the fight for rights and progress. Individuals like Medgar Evers, whose life was tragically cut short for his activism; Alice Paul, who employed militant tactics in the women's suffrage movement; Sojourner Truth, whose powerful voice spoke out against both slavery and sexism; Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, who were pivotal figures in the Stonewall Uprising and the early fight for LGBTQ+ rights; and countless unsung heroes whose courage and dedication helped to shape a more just and equitable America. The tapestry of American history is woven with the threads of countless struggles for rights and justice. The individuals we have honored in this video represent a small but powerful selection of those who dared to challenge the status quo, to demand change, and to expand the promise of America to all its people. Their stories, though diverse, share common themes: courage in the face of adversity, resilience in the face of setbacks, and an unwavering belief in the possibility of a better future. The progress they achieved came at a great cost, and their sacrifices remind us that freedom and equality are not free. They must be fought for and defended by each generation. As we conclude this reflection on the lives and legacies of these extraordinary individuals, let us not only celebrate their achievements, but also acknowledge the ongoing challenges that remain. The struggle for justice and equality is not a relic of the past. It is a present-day imperative. Discrimination, inequality, and injustice persist in various forms, reminding us that the work of these pioneers is not finished, but continues in our own time. Let their courage inspire us to become active participants in the ongoing pursuit of a more perfect union. Let their voices empower us to speak out against injustice wherever it exists. And let their dreams fuel our commitment to building a society where the ideals of liberty, equality, and opportunity are a lived reality for all. The torch has been passed to us. Let us carry it forward with unwavering determination and hope.